would be an understatement. Now, still within the corridors of justice, the much-awaited boycott of courts failed to materialize as earlier anticipated, with proceedings continuing as scheduled. However, in one court at Milimani in Nairobi, there were exchanges between top Law Society of Kenya officials led by President Charles Kanjama and a judge. Now, countrywide court hearings continued with no major disruptions. But as our reporter Grace Nganga now tells us, did the planned boycott fall flat?
The Law Society of Kenya called for nationwide boycott of courts, alleging a growing culture of impunity within the judiciary. But the planned action appeared to have flopped as court hearings proceeded in several stations despite the society's directive for advocates to stay away.
Tell us now what to do.
KTN found lawyers cross-examining witnesses, making submissions and representing clients at both Milimani and Kibra law courts, with judicial businesses continuing largely uninterrupted. The boycott was meant to bring advocates together in their bid to fight graft within the bench.
Hakuna venye wewe kama judge ama magistrate uko na kesi, una kesi za watu wengine na wewe mwenye uko na kesi.
Some advocates, however, told KTN they opted to attend court because matters involving habeas corpus applications and interim orders are urgent and require judicial intervention, making it difficult to stay away from such proceedings.
So it was just to appear for purposes of extending those orders, because failure to appear, then those orders would lapse to the detriment of your clients.
However, there was drama when LSK officials stormed the Milimani law courts, bringing a proceedings to a halt.
I have a memo from the Chief Justice that the court should operate normally.
I want to assure you we are more powerful than the Chief Justice.
Earlier, LSK President Charles Kanjama insisted the boycott was undermined by some judges who allegedly compelled advocates to proceed with matters despite the boycott notice.
We are still receiving information from our members who are being forced to proceed with matters, and some of whose matters have been taken out with prejudice. They have been either dismissed or asked to pay court allocation, court adjournment fees, and so on.
Kanjama maintained the society is not fighting judges, but fighting for accountability, accusing the judiciary of employing delay tactics.
As lawyers, as Kenyans, we are tired of a corrupt judiciary that refuses to reform itself.
Some advocates who had accompanied Kanjama say their efforts to engage Chief Justice Martha Koome over the concerns had turned futile.
This is a conversation that started almost 2 years ago with the judiciary, and we have had dialogue upon dialogue until finally the dialogue stopped.
This would not have come today if the Chief Justice gave a listening ear to what we requested of her.
They plan to boycott court sessions tomorrow, where 9 judicial officers named earlier this week are presiding over. LSK says the move is informed by court orders halting disciplinary and investigative processes by the JSC, EACC and DCI.
It is going to be a total court boycott. We are asking every lawyer not to appear in any court that is subject to the targeted court boycott, and that includes the Supreme Court.
If courts have become masters unto themselves, that they can stop court order, they can use court orders to stop the investigations, then how can we trust in our courts?
Despite Wednesday's mixed outcome, the Law Society of Kenya says the nationwide boycott was only the first phase of its push for judicial accountability. Grace Nganga, KTN.
Let's talk matters health, and tonight Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Bare Duale has for the first time confirmed that there are Americans under quarantine in Kenya due to the Ebola threat, along with several staff members from the office of the president. However, he said